For those of you who are using warm white, cool white LED panels, like this Light Gear product, and you need to crossfade to pick the right color temperature by mixing those two, and maintain the color temperature as you dim the panel up and down, we have a mode for that. All RC4Magic Series 3 harmonized design devices include the warm white, cool white crossfade mode. So what I'm going to do here with a Series 3 DMX2 dim is all the steps that you would do in a new project to get your warm white, cool white panel working the way you need. So let's start by, because it's a new project, we're going to restore defaults. Hold func, tap set A, release func. We'll see some blinks to confirm it happened. Hold, tap, release. There's those blinks. So we are now everything to defaults. And that means that we have warm white on channel 1 and cool white on channel 2. And keep in mind, if you wanted them in the other order, just swap the wires. Now we want to look at the PWM frequency, which on this particular series of RC4Magic defaults to 615 Hertz, but you're going to want it to be faster for video capture. So let's look at some artifacting. Here we'll bring up the warm white, and that, as you can see, is fairly severe. That's what you're going to get if you're on the default RC4Magic frequency of 615 Hertz. Now, to step through the series of different frequencies available, you press and hold the Set B button. So we are going to do that now and move from 615 to 1230. And that is probably, yep, it's still not quite fast enough. So the artifacting pattern is different, but we need to go another increment up. And this one is going to take us to 5K. 5 kilohertz is pretty good frequency for normal video capture. So there we go, the artifacting is gone. Let's keep in mind that we have more options. If you're doing a fast frame rate or are seeing artifacting for because of some characteristic of the camera you're using, you can do that process again to go to 10K, do it again to go to 20K, do it again to go to 40K, and that is fast. So now we will set a DMX channel, and that's done with one touch. And let's say that I want to put this on channel 31, which is this fader. And we always want to use the ISL slow curve for this kind of project. So now I have that channel up, and I'm going to push set A. And we are now assigned to channel 31 on warm, channel 32 on cool. And then the last step of this is to put it in crossfade mode, which makes sure that the ratio that you set can be held while you dim it up and down. So for that, we do func and set tap B, tap on B. So press and hold, tap, release. That puts us in the next option up from the default. So the default was regular dimming mode. Next one up is crossfade mode. So now channel 31 is color and channel 32 is fade. So here we bring that up with the fader in the center, and we've got the middle. If we slide down, we go towards warm. As we slide up, we go towards cool. So now we find the color temperature that you need. You could do that visually or with test equipment or whatever your method is, and then as you dim it down, that mix is maintained. It's hard to see that in this particular camera because of the blowout, but I can assure you when I look at this by eye, particularly up in the shadows on the table, it is absolutely obvious that the warmth of this mix is maintained right down to the bottom. That dimming in the dimmer is happening with 16-bit resolution, considerably higher than the DMX data is, to make sure that that mix stays accurate, even down at the bottom end. So there, we have seen RC4Magic Series 3, put it in default mode, move the PWM frequency up 2 increments to 5K to make sure there's no artifacting in video, assign it to the DMX channel where you need it to be in your configuration, put it into crossfade mode, and you're ready to go. Start shooting.